Welcome back to the Anime Audit. This episode we are looking into One Piece's Black Leg Sanji. The Straw Hat's cook is an incredibly cool and interesting character that has quite the mystery around his past. I thought it'd be fun to get to know more about Sanji, so I uncovered some interesting facts to share with you today. Fact number 1. Did you know that the original concept art to Sanji depicts him using guns? Now, I think that this would be an incredibly cool addition, and I think it lines up pretty well with his personality, but the fact that Sanji sticks to his rules of only using his hands for cooking, and that he won't dirty them with the blood of others would be kind of contradicted there. Now, he'd be using weapons, but his hands would still be used to murder people, and he'd still have that blood on his hands. He treats his hands as a method to create art and to make other people happy, and to go out there and be this gunslinger type character really contradicts with what Oda has shown us of Sanji. Fact number 2. During a Q&A interview with One Piece's creator, one fan asked if Sanji was based off of Leonardo DiCaprio. Oda responded by saying that the fan wasn't too far off. Sanji drew inspiration from another Hollywood star by the name of Steve Buscemi. Oda went on to say, many people would ask me about Leonardo DiCaprio way back when I first started with Sanji, but as a matter of fact, Sanji's model took a much more obscure background. I didn't model him to the point of wanting an obvious physical resemblance. It was more like I hoped to get his attitude and mannerisms across. Sanji was based on the actor Steve Buscemi, especially his role in Reservoir Dogs. Oda confirmed this, and it's interesting that we have such a clear-cut depiction of what Sanji is supposed to act like and what he's based off of. Fact number 3. Sanji is one of 5 children. Out of all of his siblings, he's the only one who has blonde hair, like his parents. This isn't a coincidence. The reason Sanji has blonde hair is because he wasn't genetically modified, at least not correctly. Interestingly enough, Sanji is the only child that closely resembles his parents, but Sanji has a terrible relationship with his father. Fact number 4. Did you know that Oda had originally planned for Sanji to be named Naruto? It wasn't until Oda heard about the potential of an upcoming manga and anime that he decided that he would probably need to change the future Straw Hat's name. Could you imagine the chaos that would have resulted from this during the Big 3 era? Naruto fans would constantly be mocking One Piece fans by saying that Oda was paying respect to Naruto's greatness and vice versa. I'm sure One Piece fans would constantly be coming up with an equivalent comeback saying something along the line that Naruto isn't that great and he's only a side character in One Piece. I'm just glad we escaped this potential issue and that Oda gave Naruto its own room to grow. Fact number 5. If One Piece was set in the real world, Sanji would be from France. I think this lines up pretty well with how he acts, and after all, he is a cook and France is famous for their food. I think being French suits Sanji really well, and I don't think I would want him to be from anywhere else. Oda has also come out and stated that if the Straw Hats were not pirates, then Sanji would be working in a salon. I found this to be really interesting because you'd think that he'd be a head chef or he'd be working in a restaurant, but I guess he is pretty stylish after all, and he could definitely find a fit working in a salon or in fashion of some sort. Fact number 6. As a child, Sanji was imprisoned and forced to wear an iron mask. This resembles the story of the man in the iron mask, allegedly a member of the French royal family who was imprisoned in a similar manner. The man in the iron mask is speculated to be an older, illegitimate brother of the French royal family, and I can see where Oda was going with this, as Sanji and his family don't really get along, and in many cases, I would assume that they think of Sanji as an illegitimate brother. Fact number 7. In the popularity polls, Sanji has consistently been voted as the 3rd most popular character in One Piece. Now, he has had a few different rankings over the years, but he's consistently behind Luffy and Zoro in popularity, and occasionally will fall behind Trafalgar Law. I think this is a pretty fair place for Sanji. Despite being a great character and one of my favorites, he definitely does tend to stay on the sideline, or he might go missing during some big fights. An example of this would be during the Dressrosa arc, where he and half the crew just sort of disappear. I think that this kind of contributes to Sanji only being the 3rd most popular character despite being really cool. Fact number 8. Sanji is the only Straw Hat shown so far to have biological siblings. This could change with time, but right now, the only Straw Hats with siblings are Nami with an adopted sister, Ace, Sabo, and Luffy are sworn brothers, and those parties are definitely closer than Sanji is with his family. But it is interesting to see that Sanji is so far disconnected from his biological siblings, where all the other Straw Hats dearly care about their siblings. Fact number 9. Sanji claims to have never been sick and doesn't know how it feels. He's joined by Luffy and Usopp in this exclusive group. I assume that Luffy might just be oblivious to the fact that he's been sick in his life and he's just kind of worked through it and continued on, but you never know with him. Now I assume it's a little bit different with Usopp. I assume he's just making it up just to act tough, but with Sanji, I think that he's genuinely telling the truth and that he's just never been sick. Fact number 10. Sanji's Japanese voice actor has had multiple minor roles in other anime outside of One Piece. This includes Klein from Sword Art Online, multiple roles in Digimon including Young Genai and Leomon, and he also has played Genma from Naruto, who's one of my favorite characters in Naruto. It's worth noting that Sanji's Japanese voice actor is also listed as the official dub-over of Johnny Depp. But the most notable and probably my favorite role of his is another role within One Piece, and that is Kaoru. This lovable bird is by far my favorite character in all of One Piece, and I'm just really happy that he was involved with it. Now looking at Sanji's English voice actor, he's had a couple more notable roles outside of voicing the Straw Hat's cook, including Future Trunks and the World Martial Arts Tournament announcer from the Dragon Ball series. He's also voiced Rando and Sakyo from Yu Yu Hakusho, which is one of my favorite shows and some of the characters that I enjoyed the most. And he's also voiced Yuki Soma from the 2002 and 2019 Fruits Basket. Interesting enough, he's also voiced fake Luffy right after the time skip. Fact number 12. Sanji doesn't have a devil fruit, and he might never get one. But did you know that Sanji has a hypothetical devil fruit? Oda has some thoughts on this, and it's really interesting. He would give him the Paramecia type Swim fruit. Why, you might ask? Well, Oda explained it like this. It allows one to slip through walls or swim on the ground. If given to Sanji, it would be quite the nasty ability. Now, Sanji could use this ability to sneak around or get the drop on an enemy. Or, he could use it for more nefarious and likely reasons. I think he stated in the past if he could have had a devil fruit, he wanted one to use it to spy on women. So you can just never know with Sanji. Well, that's all the facts that I have on Sanji. Let me know down below who you want me to do next.